YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Divine Uche and I do social commentary and video essays over whatever I feel like talking about that week. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, welcome back to my channel. Guys, I have so much energy right now. I'm so hyped. I'm literally, okay, orientation is tomorrow for my, I'm going to college orientation, and I'm so excited. Literally, I'm ready to make new friends. I'm ready for the new, college environment. I'm ready to turn up in the way that college people do. I'm so hyped, guys. I've been literally binging so many, college advice videos. Bro, this is giving, high school 2.0, before freshman year, I was literally up all night. So, how to survive high school, blah, 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 blah. And low key, I don't know. I don't know if it worked or not. I don't know if this college thing gonna work or not, but bro, I'm hearing college is gonna be the best 4 years of your life. College is gonna be the worst 4 years of your life. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. If y'all got any advice, all the college students, college grads, if y'all got any advice, drop it in the comment section, please. I will read all of it. I need it so bad, please. Also, before I start, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. I realized I was looking down a lot in my last video, so see any of that, I'm referencing my notes. Let me ask you guys a serious question. Would you betray your best friend for $1 million? Think about it. I'll give you a second. Now, if your immediate answer was yes, baby, $1 million is a lot. I ain't even, in this economy, I'm not even looking at you crazy, okay? Now, if you're like me, you might be asking questions like, what does a betrayal entail? Now this $1 million question, would you betray your friends for $1 million? How far would you go for money, for fame, for fortune? It's the premise of a lot of reality television shows. Reality TV for a lot of people is escapism. It's a place for hearty laughs as people put their morals on the line and show how far are we willing to go to achieve what we want. It's a place where a lot of these situations are simulated and magnified for a wider audience. They really test the boundaries of how far would we go to achieve our goals. A lot of times what seems like just a simulated place, where we can watch some people clown around for a couple seasons, really holds a mirror to our society. We see a lot of common patterns and behaviors that happen to us in everyday life, now magnified and put in a high stress situation where these things are intensified, which holds a mirror to us all, worst of human behavior. That's what I want to talk about today. Kind of explore reality television and how it mirrors our real life. So there's 3 types of reality TV shows I want to go over today. Of course, everyone's favorite are dating shows, our romance. I want to go over survival shows and celebrity TV. Dating shows often attract viewers interested in relationships, attraction, and social dynamics, and can appeal to people who enjoy discussing interpersonal behavior and predicting outcomes. Especially for USA dating shows like Love Island, race, gender, classism, the patriarchy really come into play when we consider who it is that we find attractive and what it is that society finds acceptable for us to like. Race, gender, and identity under the guise of preference are becoming inescapable in our modern day and age. In the age of social media, a lot of romance television holds a mirror to the loneliness epidemic that we're facing in society, the age of social media, and how fast and how quick the dating world is changing as people and the way that we interact with each other has changed since the pandemic. Now, when it comes to dating and fast romance on shows like Love Island, Perfect Match, Are You the One? Things that were once simulated for social media and simulated for reality television shows, quick, fast speed dating and love bombing and getting to know someone and getting attached within a week were only things that we used to see in these shows. But with the rise of people, having a lower attention span, people being really quick to get attached to things, and people kind of looking to these reality TV shows to mirror what they should be looking for in real life, a lot of times things that were saved for just reality TV shows are becoming increasingly more relevant in our everyday lives.
Larger than life, right? There were always things that were realistic about reality TV, right? But it was still like a spectacle. The people were still like characters, not fully human. But now someone watches the show And they are Melanie, they are Casey, they are Anaya, they are Sincere, they are Corbin, they are whoever. Like, it's not like I see myself as this person, I am this person.
What was once just an experiment has never been more indicative of the real dating scene and the way that we build interpersonal relationships today. Terms like situationship and love bombing have been coined by the nature of these shows, mirroring the nature of our real life and society. For a lot of people, attraction and romance are coming just as fast as they go, as we see in these TV shows. A lot of times people will get really attached to someone and lose that attraction just as fast. Now, similar to the way social media broadcast our relationships, like on these reality TV shows, what was once something that was more personal, that we didn't have people judging our decisions and what we look for, what we compromise, is now being put on a stage to where millions of people can have their say in what we choose and how we choose and when we choose. And what we see on these love reality TV shows now are becoming way more indicative of how we treat real relationships today. A lot of times we can sit at the TV and say, why would this person do that? Why would they choose this person? What is the thought process behind it? We judge a lot of their decisions. Now we've taken our interpersonal lives. We're not reality TV stars, but we've put our relationships on social media to be judged in the same way. Many times on dating shows, minorities, especially Black people and people of color, are becoming increasingly more discriminalized and marginalized. A lot of stereotypes that, affect the dating scene, especially for Black women. We can see this when we look at Love Island. A lot of Black women sometimes on that show are painted as, a little more aggressive, more hard to handle, people that wouldn't make the best partners and are being passed over because of their skin tone.
You had to tone down, as a Black woman on a TV show, or just being a minority, or however we want to put it. It's like, if I just sang a peep or something, it's now
taken out of context.
Taken out of context.
And now I'm a bad guy. Now I'm a mean girl. Like, it's very exhausting, to say the least. I truly feel like me and Shelly have to tone down a lot.
Exactly.
To not cross over that boundary, because a person that looks the opposite of us, as soon as they get emotional, it's like, oh, we're going to cater to this person. Like, bro, what about us?
They're being seen as angry, aggressive, irrational, things that you wouldn't necessarily look for in a partner, regardless of whether or not those stereotypes really hold up to who they are as a person. There's a shorter fuse for some of the same behaviors that they might see in their paler counterparts. Now, I can't speak too much about the classism issue that was going on this season of Love Island because I did not watch. I did not watch last season. And I'm not saying this because I'm taking like a moral high ground. Oh, I'm better than you guys who watch Love Island. Literally, I just never tuned in. And then people started talking about, oh guys, we're not watching, like, Love Island is this and this and that. And look at me in the back talking about some,
yeah, guys, no, we're not watching that. That's crazy. I can't believe you watched that.
I was never on the bandwagon, guys. I like love shows. Like, I tuned in for a season of Love is Blind. Never again. The Lachey's, fight me, because y'all are crazy. There were some other crazy ones on Netflix, too. Like, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name, but there was one where they, like, bring you and your partner, the ultimatum, where it's like they bring you and your partner, and let's say like I wanted my partner to marry me. Like, I was like, okay, we're gonna go through this experiment. You're gonna live with another person for 3 weeks, another girl for 3 weeks, then live with me, and if you don't want to marry me after that, it's over. So I watched my man get took in 4K, and they were going crazy. And even going back to Love Island in this season, can't speak too much on it, but classism, of course, affects the way that we view relationships. Stereotypes, people who are minorities from a lower economic background. Oh, the way that they treat people might not be good, and stay away from this person because the way that they treat people, no one taught them, they weren't raised, and really judging people like the way they grew up, how good are they at romance, things of that nature, which again, I can't speak too much about, but it's interesting to see how these things that were once dramatized and we all thought, oh, so dramatic, have really put the real in reality TV, because the same way they're broadcasted for millions of people to see on reality television, on these TV shows, are the same way people are now broadcasting their own personal lives on social media. When we look at survival television, shows where you have to vote someone out, or shows maybe where we have to decide who in the group is an asset or not. A lot of these same prejudices will come into play. When we look at shows like Big Brother, one of my favorite winners, her name is Taylor, and Taylor faced a lot of discrimination while she was in the Big Brother house due to her confidence and, of course, her being as a Black woman.
I knew this was going to happen. The minute I saw her, I knew it was going to be bad news. I've toured for 10 years, and I've met every race and culture possible in America that I could live with on buses and everything. And I know when I see someone's eyes, what's up. Like, their energy in their eyes, and it's...
Literally, let's run it back. This is literally the casual. It's like a bent over back thing too. Like, it's not... Oh my gosh, you gotta add this. It's like she walls.
I'll never forget what you did at Paloma. You think she didn't spiral because of you? You didn't add to that? And now you're trying to do it to Nicole? Mind games?
I never tried to hurt her. I never tried to hurt Paloma.
She was, of course, had a lot of stereotypes of being, aggressive, rude, not really being a girl's girl. And those affected the way that her game was played. Because in a survival show, of course, the opinion of other people matter. Especially in Big Brother, where racism has been such a huge issue. Beyond racism, sexism, homophobia has been such a large issue and has caused a lot of people to unfairly leave the house just because the house didn't like a behavior about them that they couldn't really change. In these survival shows beyond Big Brother, it's so prevalent to see people being discriminated against, unfairly treated, not being seen as a good or trustworthy ally, not being seen as an asset, simply because of their race or the color of their skin or the way they talk. Classism comes into play. Maybe the way someone speaks, isn't really up to par, and every little thing is judged and critiqued. And we see how society operates the same way. So many minorities are excluded from certain rooms, from certain places. They have unfair stereotypes attached to them, all simply just because of the way that they show up in a space. And when you put these behaviors on a lens, it's scary how they reflect the reality for a lot of people in this country, for a lot of people in society and in the world. And especially in the game of Big Brother, you can really see how society and the way people move up is similar to the way people move in the house, especially in the way that the game of Big Brother is played. It's all about, being able to outwit and outlast, kind of in a similar way Survivor is. You put those two shows, you really see how it mirrors society and the way that people move and level up and create relationships for personal gain. A lot of times in a lot of these shows, people are strategic about what they say, about who they're seen with, in order to maybe not appear so much as a threat, or maybe to, slide under the radar. They align themselves with people of power and people of position to move up. The $1 million question, would you betray your friends for $1 million? We face that in real life every day. It might not be $1 million, but maybe it's a promotion. Maybe it's to be seen as more cool in school and things like that. Maybe it's to, get an internship. Morals of a lot of people in that show are a lot of our morals in real life. We just don't want to admit it, that we'd be willing to do a lot to get to where we want to go. Now, when we look at celebrity television is interesting to me because we sit and we watch the lives of celebrities and their excess and how it glorifies a lot of, overconsumption and things of that nature. And how a lot of people who watch reality television, of course, aspire to live the lives of the people that they watch. It plays on this innate desire since the beginning of history to imitate and mimic the ultra wealthy. And a lot of times people watch reality television and they fantasize. They watch celebrities and they fantasize about living that life of the ultra wealthy. Something can be said, of course, about community when it comes to reality television. Backstabbing, dramas, and lies that we watch people do on our screens really bring us together. Love Island, of course, is such a great example of this, and how every year, millions of people will get all their screens and talk about stuff that's going on. And while it might not necessarily be, the best and people might not want to watch it, you can't deny that it has a way of bringing people together. Like a lot of things in life, reality television mimics that desire for community. And reality television brings people together either to love someone or to hate someone in the way that real life does definitely as well. Whether we like it or not, reality television definitely holds a mirror to what we value and what our societies are like. If we don't like what we see in the mirror, it's up to us to change it. How do we change it? By changing our behaviors, changing our biases and our prejudice, and really addressing the things that we don't like to see in our societies and they won't reflect in our TV shows and what it is that we like to watch. I believe we should work to be the change, of course, that we want to see. And if we don't like what the mirror reflects on us, it's up to us to work on ourselves to change that reflection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was fun. Hope you learned something. Of course, if you have any recommendations for anything else I should talk about, just let me know. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.